Have you ever stumbled upon a story so ancient, so wrapped in the sands of time, that it feels like a puzzle waiting to be solved? Today, we're unwrapping a tale not often told, the saga of the 12 tribes of Ishmael. Let's get to it. Ishmael's narrative, deeply interwoven in the fabric of religious history, is as profound as it is poignant, reflecting the complexities and struggles inherent in human relationships and divine promises. At the core of his story lies the tale of a son, born under extraordinary circumstances, destined to become the forefather of a great nation and an enduring symbol in the religious traditions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Ishmael's journey begins with his birth, a decision driven by Abraham and Sarah's desire for a child to fulfill the divine covenant. Hagar, Sarah's Egyptian handmaiden, became the mother of Ishmael, setting the stage for a story marked by rivalry and divine intervention. Hagar's encounter with the angel of the Lord at the well of Bir Lahai Roi is particularly significant, symbolizing God's awareness and involvement in the struggles faced by Hagar and Ishmael. This moment, where Ishmael's name was given, reflecting God's response to Hagar's affliction, marks the beginning of Ishmael's divinely acknowledged journey. As Ishmael grew, his life became intertwined with the unfolding of God's covenant with Abraham. The act of circumcision at age 13 was not just a rite of passage, but a profound affirmation of Ishmael's inclusion in the divine covenant. Despite this, the complexities of familial relationships led to Ishmael and his mother being sent away, an act that was as painful for Abraham as it was transformative for Ishmael. Yet, in their darkest moment, the wilderness of Beersheba became a place of divine reassurance and provision, highlighting the theme of God's presence and care in times of despair. Ishmael's life in the desert, his skills as an archer, and the emergence of his 12 sons are testament to the fulfillment of the divine promise of making him a great nation. The trials and triumphs of Ishmael's life resonate with the themes of care, hearing cries, love for the rejected, and the fulfillment of promises. These motifs not only shape Ishmael's legacy, but also offer profound lessons on the nature of faith, perseverance, and the complex tapestry of human-divine relationships. Ishmael's significance, therefore, transcends his historical and biblical roots, embedding itself in the spiritual and cultural consciousness of multiple faiths. His story is a narrative of survival, promise, and faithfulness. You see, Ishmael lived to be 137 years old and had 12 sons, each contributing to the formation and identity of tribes and nations with significant roles in history. Nebaioth, Ishmael's firstborn, is intertwined with the Nabateans, a tribe known for their merchant trade and the iconic city of Petra. This tribe, residing between the Euphrates and the Red Sea, in the area known as Nabatein, eventually merged into the Roman Empire, their distinct identity dissolving by 106 AD. Kedar, another of Ishmael's sons, led to the rise of the Kedarites, a formidable military force renowned for their archers and their significant role in controlling the commercial routes of northern Arabia. Their religious life was rich, with a pantheon of deities led by Atar Samain, the morning star, and a cult led by a series of queen priestesses in Duma. They seem to have forgotten about the god of their forefather. Adbeel, another son of Ishmael, has a lineage thought to have become subjects to the Assyrian king Tiglath-Pileser II, with their chieftain operating as the king's agent near Egypt's borders. The next sons were Mibsam and Mishma. The tribes of Mibsam and Mishma, possibly intermarrying with the Simeonites, might have founded villages around Jebel Misma, though their history as separate entities faded over time. Duma the sixth son has his descendants associated with the Adirian Adumatu people. They held a strategic position on the major trade route between Syria, Babylon, Najd, and the Hijaz area, making it a pivotal center of rule for many North Arabian kings and queens. The tribe of Massa, mentioned in close proximity to Dedan and Nebaioth, is connected to the Massanoi of North Arabia, and its location is associated with significant passages in the Bible and other ancient texts. An interesting tidbit is that Dedan was the son of Jokshan, who himself was the son of Abraham, and his other wife Keturah. The Massa tribe's location, along with the strategic placement and influence of Ishmael's other sons, contributed significantly to shaping the cultural, religious, and geopolitical landscape of the region, while the remaining sons, including Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah, have less detailed records. They each played a role in the formation of various tribes and regions, contributing to the rich tapestry of Middle Eastern history. The descendants of Ishmael's sons formed influential tribes and communities, marking their influence from the Euphrates to the Red Sea in what was known as Nabathea. Furthermore, the Islamic narrative regards Ishmael as a crucial figure in the formation of Arab tribes and the Islamic faith, with the Prophet Muhammad claiming direct descent from him. The collective name for these groups in historical sources is often Arabs, and they have been recognized as influential nomadic peoples dwelling in the wide desert area of North Arabia and the Syrian-Arabian desert from the 8th century BCE onwards. It's fascinating to note that the scope of their wanderings covered a vast area, extending from northern Sinai to the western border of Babylonia, reflecting the expansive reach of their influence. Yet, within the grand narrative lie details, subtle and often overlooked. The Old Testament, surprisingly, portrays these tribes positively, suggesting a harmonious relationship between them and the Israelites at various points in history. Proverbs 30 verse 1 and 31 verse 1 speak of the kings Agur and Lemuel. The original Hebrew uses the word Massa in the opening phrases. Some have interpreted this to mean oracle, but syntactically and stylistically, a better interpretation renders Massa as the proper name of an Ishmaelite kingdom, the one descended from Massa. As late as the 10th century BCE, wisdom literature from the Ishmaelites was used in the Hebrew scriptures, signifying significant harmony between the two nations. Kedar, another of Ishmael's sons, is repeatedly mentioned in biblical texts and cuneiform records, suggesting its prominence among the Transjordan tribes. The Kedarites, known for their formidable presence until the Roman period, are believed to have been part of the Midianite Confederation, linking them to significant biblical figures like Moses' father-in-law, Jethro, and his wife, Zipporah. This connection paints a picture of intricate social and familial networks spanning the region and period, further complicated by the suggestion that prominent biblical figures like Job and Jethro might have had Ishmaelite heritage. Another interesting thing is that Ruth, a Moabite woman who married an Israelite and later became the great-grandmother of King David, might have had Ishmaelite heritage based on her geographical origin in what was known to be Ishmaelite territory. This connection is fascinating because it suggests that Jesus Christ had a genealogy that was not purely Israelite, but included individuals from various nations and tribes, including Ishmaelites. In Matthew's genealogy, recorded in the opening verses of the Gospel, there are 4 women listed, in addition to Mary, Tamar, Rahab, Ruth, and Bathsheba. None of these 4 women was an Israelite. Tamar was a Canaanite who married Judah, one of Jacob's 12 sons. Rahab was also a Canaanite, a prostitute who risked her life to help the Israelite spies escape the walled city of Jericho. Ruth was a Moabite, and Bathsheba was a Hittite. This multinational nature of Jesus' ancestry underlines the inclusive message of the gospel, that it is intended for all nations and not just for Israel. Today, the influence of the Ishmaelite tribes extends beyond historical narratives into the very fabric of Arab society and its genealogy. Many Bedouin tribes in the Arabian Peninsula, for instance, proudly trace their lineage back to Ishmael, emphasizing the importance of genealogy in Arab culture. This lineage is not merely a matter of cultural identity, it bears significant implications for Arab nationalism and identity. The early adherents of Islam, who played a key role in spreading the message of the Prophet Muhammad, were Ishmaelites, highlighting the intertwining of religious and tribal identities. In the contemporary context, the legacy of the Ishmaelite tribes is evident in the genealogies of prominent Arab leaders. Figures such as King Abdullah of Jordan and Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani of Qatar are believed to be descendants of Ishmael, underscoring the continued relevance of these tribal affiliations in modern political landscapes. Furthermore, the Ishmaelites are acknowledged for their contributions to Islamic scholarship, culture, and politics, from the leadership of the early Islamic Caliphate by the Quraysh tribe, a tribe believed to have descended from Adnan, who himself descended from Kedar, the son of Ishmael. all the way to the modern-day rulers of Arab nations, the descendants of Ishmael have indelibly shaped the political and cultural contours of the Arab world. What do you think? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comments. And as always, please like and subscribe for more content just like this. Until next time.